Welcome back to another episode of Leatherneck Insider. I'm Peyton Hutchins.
And I'm Avery Thompson. After losing last year's regionals by one stroke and winning sectionals in 2020, the Macomb High boys golf team is looking to build off last year's success.
The Macomb High School boys golf team has had one of the best seasons in program history, according to head coach Greg Duncan. They have won multiple tournaments this year and have had a scoring average of 300 throughout those tournaments. Duncan also said that the team is very experienced and most of the players have played varsity golf for 2 or more years prior to this season. Last Wednesday, Macomb had regionals at Bartonville, and they finished first with a score of 313, and the medalist was senior golfer Connor Ham, who shot a 72. That was Macomb's first regional title since 2017. On Monday, Macomb had sectionals at Metamora, and they struggled early on during the front nine and picked it up on the back nine and ended up shooting a 305 as a team and placed first at sectionals, giving Macomb its second sectional title in as many years after winning sectionals last year as well. They now look forward to state and hope to place in the top 8. Reporting from Leatherneck Insider, I'm Peyton Hutchins.
Thank you, Peyton. The state meet gets underway Friday and Saturday in Bloomington. Good luck, boys.
Staying on the golf course, the Macomb High girls golf team had their sectionals Monday. Although the team didn't qualify, they had an individual player advance to state.
The Macomb High girls golf team finished in 6th at sectionals. Even though the Bombers came up short, senior Lily Vardaman qualified as an individual for state with a score of 80.
I just always trust my game and know that what I'm going to do will work if I'm confident in myself, and I don't let anyone get in my head. I just trust my feelings and know I'm going to be okay if I do that.
State will be held this Friday at Red Tail Run Golf Course. For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Johnny Jazarowski.
Both the WIU golf teams were back in action this week, competing in the Stampede at the Creek event. The women's team was led by junior Katie Tanner, who shot 11 over on the tournament to finish 8th with fellow Leatherneck sophomore Olivia Kerr.
On the men's side of the tournament, the Leathernecks were led by their three-headed monster of Wyatt Spear, Parker Govern, and Cameron Carney. The trio shot under 5 over on the 54-hole tournament. Carney played as the number 1 player for WIU and says it's all about staying the course.
The key for me is just to kind of trust what I've done so far. I know me and the rest of our team, we've all put in a lot of work, and we've talked with our coach and just trying to really trust what you have, and you can't try and go off path in the tournament. You just kind of have to roll with what you have and just try to make the most of
it. The WIU volleyball team had their first 2 home games of the Summit League play, beginning with a match against North Dakota State, and it was an intense one. Western took the first set as Emma Norris got a kill mid-set and the Davis twins with strong attacks. Peyton Bowman finished the set with a ferocious kill. Western had an amazing 4th set of the game as Kennedy Davis struck 6 kills and assisted 3 blocks as they headed to their first 5-set game in their season. However, North Dakota State would escape with the victory, winning the match 3-2. WIU had a game on homecoming weekend against North Dakota, and it was a great one. Western defeated the Fighting Hawks 3-1 on successful performances by Audrey Putman, featuring a double-double, and Carly Wenzel with 21 digs and a game-high 8 blocks for Peyton Bowman, as Western got their first conference win of the season.
A big congratulations to Western Illinois sophomore Kennedy Davis on being named one of the Scholar Athletes of the Month. She leads the team in kills, 148, and service aces, 16, and is second in blocks. Davis, already an all-tournament selection earlier this season, continues to be outstanding in her college career. Western Illinois will get ready for a busy week ahead as they will travel to South Dakota to face the Jackrabbits on October 7th, and then will travel south to Vermilion to take on the Coyotes October 9th. WIU's new head coach came back home to help turn the cross-country team around. Daniel Ania has more.
Western Illinois' cross-country team has gone through some major changes this past year, one of which being a new head coach. Carrying an impressive resume, Coach Trey Brokaw is promising a very bright future for the WIU cross-country team.
Sure, this is my 10th year of college coaching, and my first few years I spent at the University of Northern Iowa. I was the recruiting coordinator and director of operations outside of my coaching responsibilities. At Akron, I first joined the program as the head women's cross-country coach, and really fun 3-4 years there at Akron, turning that program around.
On top of the great resume, he's also very familiar with the Macomb environment.
The opportunity presented itself to come home here to WIU. Macomb's my hometown. I grew up on a cattle farm just 20 minutes north of here. Looking forward to building this program back up to where it was. We've got a good staff ready to take on that challenge. Most recently hired LaRon Williams, who came to us from the University of Nebraska. He served as a sprints, hurdles, relays, horizontal jumps coach there, a little bit of everything.
This has been Daniel and I with Leatherneck Insider.
The men's soccer team was back in action at John McKenzie Alumni Field this past Tuesday, taking on UW-Milwaukee. The Leathernecks started out hot, grabbing their first lead of the season with a goal in the 19th minute. That lead would last all the way till halftime, but not much after. The Panthers would go on to strike for 3 goals in a span of 10 minutes to pull away and give them a 3-1 victory. WIU is back to conference play as they travel to Oral Roberts.
Thank you, Peyton. Stay tuned because next on Leatherneck Insider, we have a weekend recap of WIU football and an interesting story on the women's soccer team.
Western Illinois University. Our beginnings in 1902 focused on providing affordable teacher education training. We've changed with the times and excelled through the years. Today, Western is positioned for the next 100 years and beyond. Affordability of diverse academic programs, outstanding learning opportunities, and hands-on experiences provide excellent job placement for our graduates. This is Western, forever Western.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. After playing together since they were 8 years old, 2 fifth-year seniors are hitting the field for one last collegiate season.
Natalie, Nagle, and Lauren Peters have been playing together since they were 8 years old, and there's no question they've built up their chemistry over the years.
It's just nice because I know what she's capable of, and so I can give her the ball and I trust her, and I think we just really have a lot of trust with each other.
I feel like we just have a really strong connection off the field as a team, not just between us. So I think we've been here, this is our 5th year, so I think being here that extra year really gave us a boost to all have the extra connection on the field and just know where each other will be and trust each other.
Looking back, the pair said it was never the plan to come to Western together, but after being recruited as a pair, things changed.
We did get recruited a lot as a pair, and I think that obviously they saw our connection. We never really planned on coming together, but it's worked out for us so far, so.
The two ladies have shared countless memories over the years as they've played together for so long.
It's kind of fun when you have one of your closest friends to be able to play with and then have a connection off the field and we travel with each other going home every time. It's just nice to have that person there with you.
After playing with each other for more than 10 years, the pair will look to finish this season strong as the 5th-year seniors cap off their collegiate careers. From Leatherneck Insider, I'm Nick Grunwald.
Thank you, Nick, for this incredible story. Changing gears from the soccer pitch to the football field, a game that started with a lightning delay turned into a heartbreaking homecoming weekend for WIU football.
The first half of this homecoming game was all Southern Illinois as they jumped out to a 21-0 lead. Late in the second half, Western found some momentum after a field goal from Mason Laramie. That was then followed by a pick 6 from Jalen Poe. This is the second pick 6 the Leathernecks have recorded this season. That pick eventually led to halftime where the score sat 21-10 Salukis. In the second half, the Leatherneck defense was able to hold the Salukis to just 3 points while quarterback Connor Sampson found Dallas Daniels and Ludovic Choquette to put 14 game-tying points on the board, sending the conference battle into overtime. The Salukis received the ball first and found the end zone fast, but the Leatherneck offense responded with a Miles Wanda touchdown, bringing the score to 31-30. Coach Elliott decided to roll the dice and keep his offense out there, but unfortunately the SIU defense was able to make a stop and secure the 31-30 win. This brings the Leathernecks to 1-4 overall and 1-1 in conference play. After the game, quarterback Connor Sampson said a lot of guys in the locker room are taking this one to heart. WIU will hit the road visiting Indiana State for another MVFC matchup. Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Kylie Rogers.
Thank you, Kylie. Coming up next, wide receiver Tony Tate is adding his touch to more than just football. We will be back right after the break.
Your vision.
When I arrived at Western, I discovered the fields of recreation, park, and tourism administration.
our mission.
My professors challenged me to develop new ideas and help me grow as a student and a person.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. With college athletes able to promote their only product, Western Illinois fifth-year senior Tony Tate is taking full advantage of the new opportunity. Here's Leatherneck Insider and newsroom reporter Angel Gordon.
Tony Tate is the first Western Illinois football player having his own shoe brand now.
Take ones. The moment we've all been waiting for. But this is the box. It's actually a picture of me on the box, is what I love the most. Big shout out to my boy Fitz, Justin Fitzpatrick. He took the picture. Shout out to him. But this is just a little bit about the box. Got the Turbo Tape ones. It's the name of the shoe on the box. Everything's made in Italy, so it's gonna be tagged. Actually, it was kind of spontaneous. It wasn't like I just wanted to make a shoe. I got an opportunity. I actually got to give a shout out to my boy B Mays. He put me on to the sponsorship. But the owner of the brand, Rashad Henry, he's the owner of Cold Black. He has a very creative mind, and he had a vision, and he told me to send him some shoe inspirations, and I did, and just one day he said, these are going to be the Turbo Tates.
Tate is partnered with Cold Black, a Black-owned business that carries men and women clothing, shoes, accessories, and skincare and beauty. The shoe design came about from Tate's different inspirations.
So I just sent a product inspiration to him. He wanted some inspirations from some different shoes, some different concepts, some different ideas. And I was sending him a bunch of different things from a lot of different companies actually. So he really created the shoe. I just sent him some inspiration and he kind of took it over and made it what it is.
Tate said he is planning more than one shoe line and other products to come.
Definitely have plans for more things to come out. There's gonna be Turbo Tate 2 coming out pretty soon. Might have a different name, but as of right now, we just got the Turbo Tate ones.
To find the link, you can either go to Turbo Tate page on Instagram and click the link in his bio, or go to coldblack.com.
You can find the Turbo Ones on coldblack.com. From the hardwood to the classroom, WIU women's basketball point guard Elizabeth Lutz is finding a way to strive in both. The senior guard led the Summit lead in steals and steals per game, but her biggest accomplishment came off the court. Lutz was named Western Illinois University's recipient of the 2021 Lincoln Academy of Illinois Student Laureate Award. The prestigious award presented annually to an outstanding senior of each of Illinois' 4 degree-granting institutions. The Academy honors student excellence, overall academics, and participation in extracurricular activities. She will receive a certificate from Governor J.B. Pritzker later this year. Congratulations, Elizabeth Lutz. Following the break, Leatherneck Insider's very own sit down and discuss their picks for the upcoming World Series.
Taking me home, taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Taking me home, bring me back.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Taking me home, bring me back.
Here, I do research.
Right here at Western.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. With the MLB postseason starting this week, Leatherneck Insiders Will Thomas, Dane McElwee, and Trevor Davis discussed their World Series predictions.
Hello, I'm Will Thomas, and welcome to the Prediction Desk. Today I have two of the best baseball analysts to come out of the third floor of Sallee, Dane McElwee and Trevor Davis. Fellas, the hunt for October is heating up, and it's time to break down who will be taking home that beautiful World Series trophy. We're going to start with the ALCS. Who do you have getting there, and who do you have winning that series, Dane?
Well, Will, for the ALCS, I have the Rays and the Astros. So I'll start off with the Rays. The Rays were the reigning AL champs. They won the AL East this year. They have the best record in the AL. So the key bright spots for the Rays is their bullpen. Their bullpen has been pretty outstanding this year and getting them to almost 100 wins. Their offense, though, they've been very consistent with Brandon Lowe's been leading the way with 39 home runs and 99 RBIs, which is both a career high. This Rays offense, I think, will keep it going in the playoffs. So let's look at the Astros now. The Astros have the big three of Altuve, Correa, and Bregman. Those three they've been in the playoffs year in, year out. Those three have that experience that will help them. On the other side, pitching. Their pitching it's been good, it's been consistent, but they have struggled a little bit. Their bullpen is second in the major leagues for the most walks allowed. I think that can help them, or hurt them, in this playoffs, but I think they will find a way to persevere and go to the World Series.
Trevor, who do you got?
Well, I have the Red Sox versus the Astros. I think the Red Sox get out of the wild card game, especially it helps that it's in Fenway. Yeah. It's huge for the Red Sox. And then the Astros, we'll start with them. I think the Astros are a very good team, obviously. Like Dane said, they got Correa, Bregman, and Altuve, who are just completely different players in October. They know how to flip the switch, they know how to win ball games, and that's huge for them. They've also got some veteran pitching with McCullers. Urquidy's been pitching very well, and they've got Valdez as well. So I think that's really going to help them. And then again, Presley coming out of the back end of the bullpen, that's really going to help them. The Red Sox, though, I mean, their offense has been coming around. Their bullpen has struggled a little bit, but I think with the way that you use bullpens in the postseason and a way that we've seen Alex Cora use bullpens in the past with bringing a couple starters in key situations, I think that's going to help with their bullpen depth quite a lot. Because I think the top end of their bullpen is really good. They just don't have a whole lot of depth. But I think adding a few starting pitchers is really going to help that depth. But as far as how the series goes, I think the Astros are going to be just a little bit too much for the Red Sox. During the regular season, the Red Sox really had trouble with the Astros. So I think the Astros get past the Red Sox, end up in the World Series.
So you both going with Astros in the World Series representing the AL. I actually got the White Sox. I think I'm a big fan of fan atmosphere and the fact that they're going blackout for all their home games. White Sox are going to prove people wrong. They're going to come out of nowhere, and they're going to win or go to the World Series. Not win it, but go to the World Series. We're going to jump over the NL side of the ball now. Dane, who we got representing the National League?
So you and I, both Brewers fans, I was very optimistic in this pick. I put the Brewers against the Dodgers, 2018 NLCS rematch. So let's start off with the Brewers. The Brewers' pitching has been their bright spot. With the trio of Brandon Woodruff, Corbin Burns, and Freddie Peralta, they've just been dominant. All three under a 3 ERA, Corbin Burns leading them with a 2.42. Now let's look on offense. Willy Adames, ever since when he came to Milwaukee, he was hitting 197. Now he's up in 270. He was an NL MVP candidate. He's been just amazing this year for the Brewers, sparking that offense and getting them to 95 wins. Let's look at the Dodgers. How much do I have to say? They're the Dodgers. They made it to the World Series last year, made it 2 years ago. They've just been amazing in the last couple years. They went out and got Max Scherzer this year and Trey Turner. Turner's a candidate. Max Scherzer an a Cy Young candidate. Their outfield, Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger. They have one of the best outfields in the league. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think the pitching will help the Brewers win this series in Game 7.
Game 7, Brewers go to the World Series for you. Trevor, who do we got for you?
I also have the Dodgers versus the Brewers. The Dodgers, I think they get out of that wild card. It might be a little interesting just with how hot the Cardinals are, but I think the Dodgers are just a better team. The Dodgers and Giants, though, I find that's probably going to be the most interesting series of this postseason. Right now, I just have the Dodgers with a little bit more experience getting past the Giants in that game. But as far as both teams being the Brewers and the Dodgers, how they look, starting off with the Brewers, a lot of what Dane said, their pitching is filthy. Mm-hmm. And as we know, pitching wins games in the postseason. They've got a fantastic bullpen. Their top 3 starters, which is really about all you need in the postseason. Their top 3 starters have been lights out, which I think is going to be huge for them. And Willy Adames, like he said, coming over from Tampa Bay, he was not good in Tampa Bay, comes to Milwaukee, sparks the whole offense, comes bursting out of nowhere, and really kind of leads the Brewers to this amazing run that they've been on, just running away at the NL Central. As far as the Dodgers go, though, there's so much firepower on that team.
Yeah.
They've got 3 MVPs on that team. They've got perennial Cy Young candidates as their top 3 starters. You know, you got Walker Buehler, you got Max Scherzer. Don't know if Kershaw is going to be all right for the playoffs. We'll see. But they've just got so much firepower on that team. Their bullpen's fantastic. Brusdar Graterol, Blake Trinan. I think they're just going to be a little bit too much for the Brewers. I think just with that experience and just with all the guys that they have, I think they get by in 7.
In 7 games. Okay, so you both got to go to 7 for the NLCS. You got the Brewers, you got the Dodgers. I got the Brewers. For how much I hate to say it, I'm also taking them to play the Dodgers in the NLCS. But what it comes down to me is pitching. And I think pitchers get worn out once you go into a wild card game the Dodgers have to play. I think they'll go 5 in that NLDS against the Giants. And then you got to go probably 7. Just the pitch and the arms are going to get tired, and they're going to get a little worn out by the time they get there compared to what the Brewers, and I think that will help the Brewers prevail. I'm taking the Brewers in 7 as well. Back home, rematch, they're going to win Game 7 like they did in 2018. Now we're going to go to the World Series. Brewers, Astros, who do you got?
I have the Brewers in 6. I think the state of Wisconsin will keep its success up. Bucks in 6. Now the Brewers in 6 is going to be a chant. Brewers are going to win the 2021 World Series.
Brewers, World Series champs. You got the Dodgers, Astros. Big rematch there. Who do you got?
I think the Dodgers will win. Just a lot more of, they're just so deep. I know you talk about the pitching, but again, they're so deep. They're so deep. I think that depth is really going to help them when guys start to get tired. Next man up. I think the Dodgers win.
Okay. I got the Brewers, White Sox in the World Series. I think the Brewers take it in 6. The state of Wisconsin's rocking. They know how to win championships. It'd be kind of fun to see that Wisconsin, Illinois, Milwaukee, Chicago rivalry once again. But I got the Brewers winning it all. Peyton, Avery, back to you guys at the desk.
I can't wait to see Potatoes at home this year. I'm hoping the White Sox win the World Series.
I don't know, Peyton. I agree with Will and Dane. I think the Brewers will take it all this year. That's all we have time for today. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Avery Thompson.
And I'm Peyton Hutchins. We will be back next time with another episode of Leatherneck Insider.